Two incidents of violent protests today. Shots were fired in Slovo Park and caught in the crosshairs of Zama turf wars. Filing charges against Julius Malema for singing the Kill the Boer song on Saturday. Combing through the wreckage of a suicide blast that killed 44 in Pakistan. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. This is Eyewitness News.
This is Eyewitness News.
DA leader John Steenhuisen says the EFF's Julius Malema has resurrected the demon of racism, division and violence with his Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer chants at the weekend. The EFF's commander-in-chief led the party's supporters in struggle songs and chants at a packed FNB stadium in Soweto on Saturday.
If President Ramaphosa fails to denounce Malema and the comments he's made about farmers and parts of our society, it can only mean that he is too cowardly to honor the oath of office he took to uphold the Constitution and defend all the people of South Africa.
Steenhuisen says a political leader and a member of parliament who incites mass murder and civil war is not normal. The DA leader says his party will file charges against Malema at the United Nations Human Rights Council for his recent chants. He also called on all political and civil society organizations, as well as President Ramaphosa, to denounce Malema's comments. Slovo Park police have fired rubber bullets at community members protesting there. The community says they feel neglected by the city of Joburg, are tired of living with pit latrines and want access to running tap water. Residents have told us that the N12 highway will remain closed until municipal officials show interest in fixing issues surrounding water and sanitation.
Enough is enough. Me also must die in the shack. My children also. No ways. Desi must get to the end. Today must get to the end.
Police too have fired rubber bullets and tear gas in Rivoli, Johannesburg, as residents protest over illegal miners. The busy Commando Road has been closed off with burning tyres and rocks since this morning. Community leader Melanie Skipper says they're appealing for assistance with Zamazamas who live in a nearby informal settlement, Zamampilo. She says rival miners have been engaged in turf wars recently, with shootings happening almost every night. And they're calling for the army to be deployed.
This weekend, what's happened is that they came into the community. They were shooting with heavy arm guns. Our community members had to lay on the floor because gunshots was going throughout. I mean, our children are in danger. We can't walk in the roads at night. We can't walk in the streets. We cannot be driving. Everybody needs to be in at 5:30 because that's when their war starts.
Yesterday, police responded to a shooting incident in the area where 5 people sustained fatal gunshot wounds. It's alleged that the shootout was between 2 rival Zamazama groups who work in the area. Not a single phone call to the police after Senzo Mayewa's killing. Why not? Cell phone analyst Lambertus Steyn says that no one from the footballer's circle of friends called the police or emergency services the night he was killed. Steyn was back on the stand today as the new trial enters its 3rd week. He's been analysing the phone records of the people in the house, including Mayewa's girlfriend Kelly Khumalo and Zandile Khumalo, who previously testified she was too frantic to call the police. During cross-examination, Steyn told defence lawyer Sipho Ramosepele that there is no trace of anyone calling for help from inside the house.
What you are saying here and what you testified about in court is that Kelly Khumalo, with this number of hers that we know that is attributed to her, did not call the police on the day of the incident, correct?
That's correct, my lord.
The other targets in the house, that is Makhumalo, Tumelo Madlala, Longwe Twala, Ntokozisi Twala, do have anything that on their cell numbers they called the police or emergency on the night of the incident?
That's correct, my lord. I did check. I couldn't find any number of the police, even 10-111, from any of the phones in our position.
Mayewa was shot in what's believed to be a robbery gone wrong in Vosloorus in 2014. The first funerals of a suicide blast that killed at least 44 people in Pakistan took place today. The victims were at an Islamist party's political gathering ahead of elections due later this year. The attacker detonated his vest near the front stage.
मैं करीब ही था कि धमाका हुआ यहाँ पे पहुंचा तो बहुत बुरा सूरत हाल था लोगों के लाशें पड़े थे लोग चीखें मार रहे थे लोगों के जो खून थे वो जगह जगह पे और लोग जो थे धमाके के बाद अपनी मदद आपके तहत वो लाशें उठा रहे थे असल में ये जो कन्वेंशन था जमीयत उलमा इस्लाम की ज़ेर एहतमाम था और तकरीबन 400-500 के लगभग लोग यहाँ पे आए थे.
No groups has claimed responsibility for the attack, but the Pakistani Taliban who operate in the area have denied being behind it. This also happened today.
Over 80 people have been left homeless at the Fleurhof informal settlement here. During the early hours of Sunday morning, a fire ripped through the settlement, damaging over 40 homes and killing one person, 41-year-old Mufirifiri Shanguze. Now, the cause of the fire is still unknown. However, community leaders have told us that the fire started due to a couple bickering during the early hours of Sunday morning. The displaced people have been accommodated at a nearby recreation center. Tabi Sokoba, Eyewitness News, Fleurhof.
So we're talking netball in South Africa today, but first to the FIFA World Cup, where Zambia bowed out to Costa Rica with a 3-1 defeat. Here's TK with more.
It's perhaps fitting that Africa's next superstar scored the FIFA Women's World Cup's 1,000th goal. That's after Barbara Banda of Zambia netted in their 3-1 win over Costa Rica. That secured their first ever win at this tournament. There were also victories for co-hosts Australia alongside Japan, while the game between the Republic of Ireland and Nigeria ended in a goalless draw. That point was enough for the Super Falcons to book their spot in the last 16 of this tournament. There are 4 final group games taking place tomorrow, including England up against China, while we have double defending champions, the USA, up against Portugal. The World Cup action continues over in Cape Town, where it's day 4 of the Netball World Cup. With more from the International Convention Centre, here's EWN Sports' Kieran Thompson.
The Sport Proteas have been dealt an injury blow ahead of their match against Trinidad and Tobago this evening. Star goal shooter Lenise Potgieter has been ruled out with a suspected knee injury. She featured in last night's game after missing the first 2 games of the tournament. She'll now be replaced by Obeto Ngobane, with South Africa looking to respond to last night's 18-goal defeat at the hands of Jamaica when they take on Trinidad and Tobago.
Tolagile Mganga, Eyewitness News Sport.
That's it from us. I'll see you again tomorrow for more of the same. Remember to like and subscribe.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.